Assalamu alaikum, 1 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Muhammad Munib Hamid. First, the headlines. Pakistan and Russia have agreed to further deepen cooperation in all areas of mutual interest, including defense, trade, energy, and science and technology. FATF member states have not reached consensus on the US-sponsored motion to place Pakistan on terrorist financing watch list. Pakistan has assured the International Atomic Energy Agency that it is voluntarily implementing the guideline on the import and export of radioactive sources. UN Secretary-General has expressed concern over escalation of violence in Syria's eastern Ghouta enclave, urging the concerned parties to uphold principles of humanitarian laws. And now the news in detail. Foreign Minister Khwaja Asif has said there is consensus between Pakistan and Russia on regional and international issues, particularly Afghanistan. In a tweet, he said that he had a very fruitful meeting with his Russian counterpart, Sergei Lavrov. He said matters pertaining to need for close cooperation on countering terrorism and drug trafficking and promoting trade and defense relations were discussed at the meeting. Earlier, at their meeting in Moscow, two foreign ministers agreed to strengthen bilateral engagement and diversify cooperation in various fields. They also agreed to further intensify efforts to deepen cooperation in all areas of mutual interest, including trade, energy, defense, education, science and technology, and people-to-people contacts. The two countries reiterated that there is no military solution to the Afghan conflict, and a negotiated settlement through an Afghan-led and Afghan-owned peace process is the only viable option for lasting peace in Afghanistan. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov says Moscow will continue boosting Pakistan's counter-terrorism capacity, which is in the interest of the entire region. Addressing joint news conference with Pakistan Foreign Minister Khwaja Asif in Moscow, he said, "One of priority areas of our cooperation is anti-terror fight, and Moscow will continue providing assistance in enhancing Pakistan's potential to fight terrorism." He said the two countries will also form a commission for military cooperation. Sergei Lavrov said Moscow sees good opportunities for trade and economic cooperation with Pakistan, primarily in energy sector. Speaking on the occasion, Khwaja Asif said the proliferation of Daesh in Afghanistan is a cause of alarm for Pakistan, Central Asia and Russia. Foreign Minister Khwaja Muhammad Asif says the member states of Financial Action Task Force have not reached consensus on the US-sponsored motion to place Pakistan on terrorist financing watch list. In a tweet message, he said the FATF meeting held in Paris deferred voting for the motion for 3 months and asked Asia-Pacific Group for another report to be considered in June. Pakistan has assured the International Atomic Energy Agency that it is voluntarily implementing the guideline and code of conduct on the import and export of radioactive sources. The Code of Conduct seeks to help countries ensure that radioactive sources are used in a manner consistent with the high standards of safety and security. Foreign Office spokesperson Dr. Mohammad Faisal, in a statement today, said Pakistan has been voluntarily implementing the Code of Conduct since 2005 and has put in place all necessary arrangements and systems consistent with the recommendations of the Code. He said Pakistan's subscription to the supplementary guideline on the import and export of radioactive sources demonstrates its continued commitment to the latest international standards in the areas of nuclear non-proliferation, safety and security. Dr. Mohammad Faisal said Pakistan has run a safe and secure, peaceful nuclear program for more than 4 decades. Over the years, experts from Pakistan have also contributed to the work of the IAEA in the fields of nuclear safety and security. The Supreme Court has rejected a petition seeking to club together the NAB references against former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif and his family members. Chief Justice of Pakistan Mian Saqib Nisar heard the case in his chamber. An accountability court, Islamabad, has rejected petitions of former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif seeking exemption from personal appearance in the NAB references. United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has expressed concern over escalating violence in Syria's eastern Ghouta enclave after killing of more than 100 civilians in the airstrike. Japan has welcomed United States Asia-Pacific Trade Pact, but showed its inability to bring changes in the agreement at this stage. Japan's chief negotiator for the Trans-Pacific Partnership said agreements among the 11 member remaining nations is expected to be signed next month, may have an impact on the United States. In the final of T20 Tri-Series against New Zealand at Auckland, Australia were 17-3 for more shot a while ago. Batting first, New Zealand scored 150 runs for 9 in 20 overs. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.